cylinder, landscape orientation, 8.5 by 11 inches, RGB color, medium, 150 ppi, create, file, place, cylinder, place, upper left hand corner, click. Make sure that the registration is at 00 on the upper left hand corner, and then the image size, they all look good. Label this photo, lock the layer, create a new layer, label this cylinder, press P to the pen tool, place the cursor right where the vertical lines intersect the curved lines. Click and drag, and then to the other side, similar place, click and drag. Just get it close, it does not have to be precise. And then right where the straight line meet the curve, click and drag again. To the exact opposite side, click and drag. Come back and close the pass. Click and drag again. Okay. And then shift the fill to stroke. Press V to select this. And I'm going to change the stroke to 0.5 point. That gives me a really thin stroke so I can see the image below better. Press A to direct selection tool. Zoom in. Press the space bar to move the image. And press the 8 again. And I'm going to activate this anchor point. Get it as close to this as possible. Go to view, make sure that the snap to pixel is deactivated, deselected, and then go to the other side, and then also move this. So I can now place the cursor right in the middle of the span and then drag it up. Get it close. Get the anchor point, move it down, and drag this up slightly so that it matches. That looks pretty good. And then let's work on the other side. And just drag this up slightly. So just fine tune both sides until you get it just right. Here, this anchor point, use the arrow key to go down and then move it up. So back and forth to get it to work. That looks pretty good. On the right side, move this down slightly, and that looks pretty good. And then move to this span up slightly. Okay. Move this down. Move this anchor point. That looks pretty good. And let's move on to the next corner. Coming down to here. Get this close to the edge. Also this. Drag this down. Back and forth. Now it doesn't seem like this is going to match up perfectly. Press plus sign. Plus, you see that now I turned the pen tool into add point tool. So a plus shows up on the cursor, and then also here you see that the add point anchor point tool is activated. I'm going to move it to the middle, to the exact middle click, and then that adds a point. And then use the arrow key and to bring it down. And you can see that matches really well. Zoom out. So I create an outline path for the entire cylinder. So let me label this path cylinder or body. Just label this body. And then once again, I want to duplicate this. So I have 2 copies of the body. Press the L, that gives me the ellipse tool. Position at the corner and drag it out so I can capture the top surface. Zoom in. Drag the upper corner and scale it up. This is the edge that needs to be very precise, and that seems to match the photo really well. And then I can drag the top outside of the body. Zoom out. This ellipse is now slightly outside of the body on the top, but that's okay because I'm going to use the body as a clipping path. Positions this ellipse, label this top, in between the 2 bodies, and then select all of them. Object, clipping mask, make, or Command 7. So now the extra is hidden. Clipping group is created. Let me just activate the top. So I need a gradation. The fill, I'm going to give it a gradient. Choose the gradient tool or press G. I need a vertical gradient. So click and drag from the upper edge down. Press the shift, a completely vertical gradient. Activate the top color. Use the color picker and then pick this value. Activate the bottom color. Use the color picker and pick this color. So now I have the gradient for the top surface. And then let's move on to the body. Activate the body. So if you study this, you have 1 color, 1 darker value, 1 color, a little bit lighter, 2. Right here there's a core, 3, and 4. So I need 4 colors for this gradient. Click the gradient, change the gradient orientations to a horizontal orientation. So click and drag, press the shift, confine this to a complete horizontal gradient. So now this is only have two colors. I need 4. So I have 1. I need to add another color. By hovering here until you see the plus sign, add another color. Place the cursor until the plus sign appears, and then click and then add another color. Let's choose the first color first, the one on the left. Pick the color picker, choose this value. Second color, I'm going to choose this value here. Third value, I'm going to choose right here. And then the fourth is going to be the darker value here. Let's fine tune the colors. This color is the highlight area. Position this where the highlight is supposed to be. The highlight is a little bit too sharp compared to the actual image. So I'm going to move the midpoint out. And then also move this midpoint out to spread out the highlight area. So now you see that it is becoming much softer. So it's more like the photo that you see here. And then on this side, and you definitely see a core here. So I'm going to move the core out just a touch and also move the midpoint out slightly to make a fine-tune adjustment to the positions of the midpoint. So this is actually matching this very well. The next thing I'm going to do is create another layer and label the shadow. And then the shadow needs to be below the cylinder. Press P, so that gives me the path. Similarly, I'm going to position the first point right where the straight line meets the curve. So right here, drag this out. And the second point, I'm going to put it just inside here and then drag this out until it gets really close to the curve that you see. And the next point, I'm going to put it right here, click and drag, because I definitely want to capture this curve. And then positions it back to here and click and drag right here back to the original starting point until you see an O, close the path. Now press A and zoom in. Grab this anchor point and then move it out until it matches, until this anchor point is right where the straight line meets the curve. And then move this out until it matches. Over here, use the arrow keys to nudge that point. Drag this handle out. Get this as close as possible. And then drag this handle down to make sure that this matches. To make it easier to see, let me just zoom out. Press the eyedropper and then click this. I definitely will need to have another anchor point, so press plus sign and then that goes to the add anchor point tool. Add an anchor point right here. Press A, direct selection tool. Make sure that the gap of the shadow is pretty consistent throughout. So that's the shadow. And then let's give the shadow the gradation. So activate the shadow. Assign a gradient to it. Press the gradient. Position the angle and drag it out. I want to delete this color. Drag it out. Take this one and then drag it out and remove it. Let me assign the first color. Pick here. The second color, pick right here. Can move this down slightly. So this gives me a really good color for the shadow. And then right here, this edge is a little bit softer. Choose the top. Go to the appearance, adding a new effect, blur, Gaussian blur, and let's go to 2, press tab, okay, and that gives just a touch of softness around the corner. And then I can also soften the shadow a little bit. So go to shadow, give it the blurring effect, Gaussian blur, also 2, say okay. The photo is showing through, so you're going to see a sharper edge. Hide the photo, and then you'll see a softer edge. Next thing, just add a color. Duplicate body, move it to the top. Don't worry. Give it a flat shading. Choose a color. Let's choose blue this time. Choose blue. Say OK. That's because this is in grayscale, so let's switch to RGB. Go to the appearance. One more time. I want to change the blend mode to from normal to probably multiply. That makes it really dark. And let's or go to color, so that becomes lighter. So depending on the effect, I kind of like the lighter version. So a photorealistic cylinder.